workshop, but I want to let you know that you have that. Definitely have a pen and paper handy. Um, Also, may want to have a calculator handy if you're like me and can't necessarily do math very quickly in your head. Thank you so much for your openness and for blocking time out of your busy schedule, especially this time of year as things are wrapping up. I know things are really hectic, so I really appreciate you dedicating the hour to come in. And if you are here on the replay, a special thank you for you too, knowing that you weren't able to make it live today, but have also made time in your schedule to come back and rewatch the replay. It truly means the world to me. So I'm super excited to get started with you guys. Today, I am not just going to be saying, hey, this is a cool tool. Let's figure out what your personal number is and then send you on your way. I want to be able to show you some of the magic that can happen when you integrate using numerology as a tool inside of your business and what that actually looks like so that you can lean into your body today to see if this feels good to you and if you want to continue receiving this sort of support. So all right, so we are officially getting started. I want to welcome you guys. I am so excited that you're here. I know I've said that a gazillion times, but I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. In this workshop we are stepping into today is literally not your typical planning workshop. We're not going to map out your quarterly goals. We're not going to talk about how much money you want to make. We're not going to talk about your big why or your big dreams that you have or anything else that you're wanting to do in 2026. Okay. This is all what I consider to be traditional planning, and it definitely holds merit. It has value. This is absolutely something that you want to do, right? But what we're doing today is we are tapping into that underlying frequency with intention, okay? Because this frequency is there whether you are aware of it or not. And this frequency is what affects your traditional planning's outcome. Okay, this is literally the foundation that your business is built on. So if it's coming from pressure, fear, or proving or performing, then your plans and your actions are going to reflect all of that. But if it's rooted in alignment and trust and clarity, then your plans are going to reflect that instead. So this is the foundation for any traditional planning that you plan to do coming up for 2026, or if you have already done that traditional planning, no problem. It's not too late. Go through this workshop with us today and then go back and look at your traditional planning and see, does anything need to shift? Because nothing is ever set in stone. We can literally press the reset button at any point in time. So today we are going to get really honest about your underlying energetic frequency. I want you to know there is no judgment here. This is a safe space. You can share as much as you want, or you can just sit and participate on your own. There's no right or wrong here in any way, shape, or form. But we're here to release what is no longer serving you and to set that clear intention for how you want to feel in 2026 before we dive into that traditional planning, which, of course, as I've already mentioned, I encourage you guys to do. So, my intention for you is to leave today with with a strong, supportive, energetic foundation for 2026, right? We want to have that clear frequency that you can return to throughout the year as you are making decisions and taking action. This is going to act as an anchor for you to help keep you on your most aligned path. And this is also a way for you to check, is this goal actually in alignment for me as you go through your year? It can become so easy as we get into the bottom of Q1 or Q2 or later in the year to really forget our intentions or to revisit them and make sure, am I still on the path? Has that path changed? Does it need to change? What growth have I experienced? What do I need to release? What do I need to shift? Again, reset button, right? And this work that we're doing here today is giving you that reset button, right? So this is the tool that we are going to be using today to accomplish this is numerology, and specifically our personal year number. So here's a quick rundown of everything that we're going to go through today. So first and foremost, we're going to define what exactly is numerology. That way we're all on the same page of what this actually is. Then we're going to very briefly talk about the universal or collective energy shift that is happening from 2025 going into 2026. Then, for those that are unfamiliar with numerology and the terms and the codes that all come within numerology, we're going to break down what a personal year actually is. And then, this is where we get into the fun stuff. This is where we are going to actually calculate your personal year. We're going to do a little bit of reflection and some releasing, and then we're going to set some intentions for 2026. And then this is where it gets really fun because I'm going to show you how you can integrate this information that you're walking away with today into your business. And then, yes, I am going to give you guys a special invitation into my membership where we dive into numerology in business on a monthly basis. So, what is numerology? Simply put, numerology is literally the study of energy through numbers. Who here knew that? Go ahead and say yes, or was unsure of what it was. Who here is new to numerology? Go ahead and drop it in the chat for me. So each number literally has a frequency that represents different aspects we can use as insights into our personal and spiritual growth. Yes, we have some people that are new to this. We have some people that are not familiar with it. Okay, still learning. Love it, love it. Okay, so you probably heard me drop those two words, spiritual growth. And I want you to pause for a moment. When I said that, what did you feel in your body? Did you feel a little bit of constriction or resistance? Did you feel openness in your body? Drop in the chat below if you feel like sharing, because I want you to understand something. You do not have to be spiritual to use numerology. Does it have a spiritual aspect to it? Yeah, absolutely it does. But honestly, this is not necessarily how I use numerology in my business. We do not have to be focused on the spirituality of it. You can if you want to. This is a choice for you. But the way that I like to use it in my business is as a tool, specifically for focusing. Okay. And with this approach, I'm able to literally remove all of the busy work. It clears the path, it takes the hamster wheel tasks out of my realm, and I literally can say what really is going to move the needle that I can focus on today, which not only saves me time, but allows me to be much more intentional with my time, my energy, and my resources. And the results of that, clarity and momentum. So, who here wants to have more clarity and experience more momentum in their business on a daily basis? Raise your hands because I'm raising mine over here. Say, yep, I do. Drop it in the chat. Yes, 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 yes. Clarity and momentum. Okay, this is what our energy is craving from us. Okay, so today I'm literally going to show you how to tap into numerology as a tool for clarity and focus so that you can start to experience this real momentum in your business. So let's officially get started. Okay. Universal 9 year. So right now, 2025 with numerology, what we do is we literally break it down and add it up. So 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So collectively, we are in a 9 year. Okay. And when you take 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. And then we break that down into 1 plus 0 and we get a 1. So we are literally in 2025 moving from a 9 year into a 1 year for 2026. So a 9 year is known as the humanitarian. Okay. It represents completion, the bigger picture, compassion. Okay. So as we move out of this universal or collective 9 year, not only are we just ending a calendar year, but we're actually closing a 9 year cycle. So in numerology, we work with single digits 1 through 9. So we go through these 9 year cycles. Now, the exception to this rule is when we run into what's called a master number, which is an 11, 22, or 23. So whenever you're working with numerology and you're adding up all the numbers, if you ever come to an 11, a 22, or a 33, we do not reduce that down to a single digit. So 2026 arrives as that universal 1 year, literally new beginnings, leadership. This is the planting of the seeds, okay? And we're moving into this new beginning of a brand new 9 year cycle as a whole, as a collective. Okay, so today we're literally going to tap into these final moments, these final weeks of this 9 energy as an opportunity to look back with compassion so that we can honor what this season has taught us. And we're not going to look back necessarily over the whole 9 years. If that comes up for you, fantastic. But don't feel the pressure that we have to look back over the past 9 years. Okay, but we want to look back over this past year, this past quarter, this past month, this past day, yesterday, whatever is coming up for you, and gently release what is no longer serving us so that we're not taking this crap into a 1 year. We're not going to bring this over and have it really continue to hold us back inside of a whole new 9 year cycle. Okay. And from there, we're going to open the door to fresh energy of the 1 year by getting really intentional about what we want to feel and create in 2026. And if you're sitting here thinking, Kimberly, I have no idea, then you're in the right place because your personal year is what's going to help you uncover what you can tap into. So, before we move into this release practice, let's first uncover what your personal year is going to be so that you can understand the specific theme that your energy is moving into inside this bigger universal 1 year. That way, everything that you're looking to release today and everything that you're ready to call in energetically is aligned for you in your unique path. That's what makes numerology so special is it gets so personalized. It can be collective and universal, but it can also be detailed and personalized just for you and where you are. So let's talk about our personal year and what this actually is. Okay, so your personal year number reveals the energy and themes that you will be working with throughout the year. So think of this as the vibe that life is looking for you to lean into. It's literally like a soundtrack that's playing in the background. It's not necessarily a strict to-do list. Okay, so the other thing that I want you to remember, unlike a universal or collective year that runs from January 1st into December 31st, so it's an actual calendar year, your personal year doesn't work that way. Your personal year is literally calculated using your birth month and date in the year that we are in. Therefore, it goes from birthday to birthday. Okay, this is really, really important to understand because your personal year number can be two different numbers within the universal 1 year that we're stepping into in 2026. So I don't want you to focus too much on what your two numbers are right now. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to calculate where you are right here, right now on December 16th, 2025. And then we can look ahead of where you're going to be in 2026. Okay, because that's going to be a transition for you. And I don't want you to be blindsided by this transitional shift for you. But the first thing that I want you to do is grab your paper and your pen, grab your calculator. Okay, and we're going to calculate your first the year that we are in right now. So, for example, how you do this is you take the month and the day and then the year. Okay, but I want you to look at the screen. Look how I have broken down this math because this part matters. I'm not going to get into it today, but this part matters that we accurately calculate this. So, for example, my birthday is September 1st. So I take 9 plus 1 plus 2025. Okay, that gives me 2035. Now we're going to break this down, okay, and add 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 5 or whatever it is that your number came up with, okay? And if that runs into a master number, so if you end up with an 11, a 22, or a 33, you are not going to reduce your number further. Okay. If it is anything other than an 11, 22, or 33, you're going to continue to reduce it down until you get into a single digit or a master number. So I take my 10, I break those down, right? 1 plus 0. I am in a personal year number 1. So starting September 1st of 2025, I entered into a personal year 1. But that's only going to last until September 1st, 2026. Then I am going to shift over to a master number 11. So if you have your calculations down, I want you guys to drop your numbers in the chat. Let me see where you guys are right here, right now. Yes, Dawn, go ahead, come off and let me see your question.
All right, this might be a silly question, but my birthday is September 16th. So is it 9 plus 16 or is it 9 plus 1 plus 6?
It's 9 plus 1 plus 6 plus
Okay.
2025. That is a brilliant question. Thank you so much for clearing that out. Yes, I should have clarified that. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate it. Catch. The only in this first calculation, okay, in this first breakdown, the only thing that you're not slimming down is the year. Okay, and there's a reason behind that. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that today. Okay, this is the difference between calculating a universal year and your personal year. So for that personal year, we want to keep that 2025 and 2026 as a whole, but all of your other digits are literally going to be broken down into individual numbers. So let's see here. Okay. Let me check in the chat and see where we are at. We have a 1, a 3, a 5. Elise says 2025 is a 9, so next year would be a 1. Yes, yes, as a universal year for next year, so not personal year. So in the universal collective, right? 2025 is a 9 year, so this year is all about endings, right? We're wrapping up this 9 year cycle. It's about completion. Okay, we want to have compassion with this completion. We don't want to have shame. We don't want to have judgment, okay, about what has gone on this personal year, what's been happening in our lives. With this energy in this year, you probably have experienced a lot of shit come up, right? Like a lot of shit come up, right? That's for a reason. It's here to show you what's holding you back, what needs to be released, okay? Um, Caitlin's got a 9. Bridget's got a 7. Let's see. Mary, where did you get your personal number? So my personal number, if you look, Mary, is here on the screen. My birthday is September 1st, so September is the 9 month. My birthday is the first day, so we got the 9 plus the 1, and then we add collectively the 2025. So you can see the breakdown on the screen. That's how I got my personal number. So you're going to follow this same formula to determine your personal year number. Elise says, so if I'm November, it's 1 plus 1. That's correct. Okay, Mariah's a 3, Dawn's a 7, Elise is still in a 9. Did 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6. The next time is still got it. Yep, absolutely. Elena, so you're walking. Can you help me get yours? Yes. Elena, hang on 1 second because I'm going to get my calculator because I am not the person to do this in my head and get it accurate. So we have 1. See, you're 12, 31. Oh, you're New Year's Eve, baby. Okay, perfect. So 3 plus 1 plus 2, 0, 2, 5. So 2032, 5, 6, 7. So Elena, you are a 7, my dear. Okay. So let's see. I'm curious to see. So if you guys have the workbook that I emailed over to you right before the start of this, you should be able to pull that up in your email. There's a button you download. It's an instant download of PDF. I have in there all of the personal years laid out for you. We're not going to go through all of them today because, well, you guys can read. Um, and I don't want to use up our time on that. I want to see kind of who we have that has a lot in common. So we've got a couple of nines, we have a couple of threes. Let's see, that we have a seven. Yep. Okay. So if you look over, okay, so three. We had a couple of threes, so we'll look at threes here real quick. Three is the creative. Okay, this is one of my favorites. I'm sure if you can imagine, you know me, I'm a creative person. I love creative energy. So your personal year is all about creative expression, right? Social connection. So the opportunity that is here for you in a 3 year is to find your voice and share it. It's self-expression, it's creativity and community to take center stage, right? This brings visibility opportunities. This is a time for you to just play and create and to communicate freely, right? This is about being very genuine in your authenticity, okay? Authenticity, this is a small tangent. I promise I won't go too far off of this, but we want genuine authenticity, okay? If you look up the definition of genuine, in the dictionary, it is truth, right? It is realness. Okay. We can be authentically a jerk, like you can be a total bitch and be authentic about it, but that's not your real nature, right? So when we talk about authenticity, we want it to be genuine, right? We want it to be real. We want it to be your truth, who you really came here to be, right? So when you think of authenticity, I want you to think of who did I really come here to be? And numerology can show you how to tap into that through these little niches of energy, right? So the lesson for a 3 is literally to use your voice to become visible. That's what it's asking you to tap into. Okay, we had a couple of sevens. Okay, this is really about spirituality, right? It's about your intuition. It's that inner growth. It's that reflection. Okay. So this is literally an opportunity for you to step back from all of the outer noise that is happening and for you to come back to who you are, right? Come back to your inner wisdom, tapping into your body, to your intuition. Okay. It's literally a very, very powerful year for self-discovery and for spiritual connection. So, the lesson for you during this upcoming birth year for you is to go inward and find your truth. Who are you really being? You know, who have you been where you feel like you had to show up this certain way, right? Because you were told this is the way to show up and be successful. Okay. This is about shedding these identities of what you feel like you've had to do or you have been conditioned to do. You're acting out in certain ways or you're making decisions a certain way because this is the pressure of being an entrepreneur or being a mother or being a wife, being a friend, being a daughter, being a partner. Okay, shedding who that person is because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to cause chaos, right? You're just trying to keep the calm in the relationship, right? You're trying to keep harmony there, but inside it's eating you alive because it is draining your energy and it's taking so much effort for you to show up this way. It's not natural for you. So, a 7 year, this is really asking you to come back to who you are, right? So this is a little bit more of a quiet year. You know, that 3, this is about creative expression and visibility. This is about being out there, right? This is about putting yourself out there. A 7 year is the exact opposite. This is about coming home to yourself. Okay. So does anybody here have a master number? 11, a 22, or 33? Put it in the chat if you have that or not. Elizabeth, you're a 9. Let's see, Elise says, I feel like I've been in a 9 for so long and now more 9. Yes, well, you have been in a 9 in a sense. You've been feeling that energy. We collectively have all been feeling this 9 energy because we're in a universal 9 year, right? So this is where numerology can get really expansive for us because not only do we feel it as a collective, but we can also feel it as our personal year. I just told you guys that, my birthday's September 1st. We're in a universal 9 year. Guess what my universal year was for 2024 coming into 2025? It was a 9. So I had 9 on top of a 9. Let me tell you, this year's been hard. This year has been so hard. It's been really, really hard. I have had so much come to the surface, okay? Literally showing me what is holding me back, what is no longer serving me. And it was up to me to look at that, right? Which is hard for us to do because it's easier to just say, nope, I'm not gonna look. That's ugly, that's hard, that's hurtful, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to, I'm just gonna keep going, I'm just gonna press it on, right? Yeah, that's the easier thing to do, but that's not what this energy is asking us to do. And the beautiful thing about the asks that come with this energy is it's also supporting us. It means that we're not alone. It means that whatever it is that we are willing to be brave and step forward and look at with compassion and say thank you to these hard things that have been been holding us down, holding us back. It was there for protection. This is the crap that we were doing to survive, y'all, to survive. So we want to show that version of us a lot of compassion. Okay, this is kind of leading us into what we're looking to release. And I want you to really sit in this for a moment. Know that you're being held by me right now in this space. Okay, let's forget that there's a bunch of people here right now. It's just you and me. Okay, it's just you and me. All right, so whatever's coming up for you, okay, I want you to breathe it out. I don't want you to put a name to it. I don't want you to try to rationalize any of it. Okay. I just want you to like audibly exhale that shit out because you don't have to hold on to it anymore. You can let it go. You can say thank you to that version of you that did these hard things, these really hard things to get you where you are today. But you don't need them anymore. You can let them go so that we can create space for whatever your new personal year is, whether that's to get really creative, to play, to throw yourself out there, right? Or to come back in, okay? Wherever it is that you're at, this is your opportunity. This is your safe space to let that shit go. Okay. So that's going to take us right into the heart of this workshop. Okay. So keep that pen and paper out. All right. I'm going to walk you through 3 questions. Okay. And I'm going to give you just about a minute to respond to each question. And I want you to get out of your head with this. Okay. Whatever the first thing that comes up is what I want you to write down. This is not necessarily about getting deep, about explanations, getting into details. Whatever it is, even if it's I don't know, that's a great answer. Okay. You're not getting graded on this. This is absolutely an opportunity for you guys to share. You don't have to, but starting right now, what felt really good this year? Think of moments, choices, relationships, projects. I don't care if it's big. I don't care if it's small. I don't care if it makes sense to you or not. What's the first thing that came up? I just want you to put your pen to the paper or your fingertips to the keys, okay, and write it out. put it down. And if you're open to sharing, I want you to drop it into the chat. What felt really good this year? For me, it was letting shit go that I have held on to for a really, really, really long time. I let a lot of things go, including identities that I thought that I needed to be in order to be successful, in order to tap into my wisdom, my genius, my experience, to be able to share that, to step into the version of me that I came here to be, which is to migrate everybody, is to move them from the old into the new, right? From the old versions of who they have been into who they came here to be. And that shit's hard, y'all. And I'm here to help you through that process. But I had to go through that process myself. And it felt so good to just finally let it go. Let's see, Caitlin, beating on myself and creating my business. Yeah, or betting, beating, words. Awesome. Oh, Caitlin, I love that. Yes, creating your business, your incredible, incredible, incredible habit coaching business. I love it. Let's see. Elise says, watching my kids thrive in sports. Yes, what a wonderful experience while I was struggling, believing in myself, less scarcity, not taking every opportunity because it's there, and people pleasing. Oh, I bet that felt so good to let that go. Mariah says community, making time for relationships, motherhood, being present with kids, working on myself, taking time to pause and disconnect. I love it. Oh, this is beautiful, you guys. Bridget says appreciating nature and learning to slow down instead of always doing more. Oh, yes, all these things feel so good. I love it. Okay, moving on. Question number two, the exact opposite. What felt heavy? What was draining or it felt like too much? Again, just what comes up. Okay. Don't overthink it. We're not going to shame ourselves. We're not going to judge ourselves. We're not going to analyze it. We're not going to come up with any reasoning behind it. Okay. Reasoning, conceptualization, this is all in our head. And we want to get out of our heads today. This is not about being in our heads, whether you're defined, undefined, that's human design talk. Okay. I want you to get out of that. I want you to come back in here. I want you to come back in here. Okay. What's happening in here in our bodies? Let's see. CL says, building a greater relationship with my fiance. Ooh, girl, yes. Opening up my new office space, receiving abundance, doing art and creativity. Yes. Elizabeth starting over at the beginning. Caitlin's self-doubt. Yeah, this can be very heavy, very heavy. Anybody else feel like sharing? Yes. I take on too much and make myself crazy trying to do everything. Oh, girl, I feel you. And I think it's because I don't have kids, so I try to make up for that by being Wonder Woman. Oh, Elena, yes. Oh, girl, that is beautiful wisdom right there. That is absolutely incredible awareness. Now you know. Now you know that you're putting that pressure on yourself. Elise says, setting boundaries, the responsibilities I have, feeling like I can't do something or not enough. Yeah, feeling not enough. That's draining. Yeah, when we feel like we're not enough, that's absolutely draining because what happens when we feel like we're not enough? We go out and we do more. We do more just for the sake of doing more. And that's draining because now we're working against our energy, right? We're doing something for the sake of doing something, not because it's what we are aligned to do. Mariah says, work trying to figure out that balance, working on systems is overwhelming, personal. I still hate saying no, even though I've been getting better about it. Girl, that's growth right there. That's amazing. I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you that you recognize that this is something that you're still working on, but that you're getting better at it. Girl, give yourself a hug for that. That's incredible. Yeah. See, Mariah, you're not alone there. Not at all. Dawn says, what felt good was me saying no to others and yes to me. Yes. Yes, I don't think that there is any better feeling in the world than saying no when it's really a no. Because every time that you say no, when your body is telling you that it's a no, what you were automatically doing is saying yes to you. Let's see. Yes, incredibly powering, Dawn. And the key is not feeling guilty about it. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If you're in that space where you are still feeling a little guilty about it, that's okay. That's okay. This year's about this is compassion. Compassion. That guilt is just showing you the room that you have for growth, and growth starts by releasing. So now that you have that awareness that, yes, I still say no, and then I feel really guilty about it, you can literally have a conversation with yourself and say, you know what? I don't have to feel guilty about that. Okay. Alina, yeah, that's it for me too. Not enough trying to fill the void, supposed to have kids. You're not supposed to do a damn thing, girl, other than what's right for you. And if not having kids is what's right for you, then you don't have kids. I had one kid. I thought that I was supposed to have two or three because everybody around me was having two or three. Everybody was making me feel guilty of that my son was not going to have siblings, was not going to have a big family. I have siblings, so shouldn't I give my son siblings? My husband has siblings, so shouldn't we give our son siblings? You know what? That was not what was meant for us. It's just not. It's not. Okay, we're going to keep moving along because I definitely want to honor our time here today. So, last question is, what did this year quietly teach you about what you need? This is not about being self-critical. This is not about shame or judgment. This is literally about what is it that you need and what did this year show you? Maybe that's compassion. Maybe that is release. Maybe that is that you needed more white space in your calendar. Okay. Maybe it's that you needed stronger boundaries. Maybe it's that you needed to get out of a relationship. Maybe it's that you needed to start something new. Maybe it's that you needed to shift your diet. Maybe it's that you needed to change a routine or revisit your habits. What is it that this year was trying to teach you about what you need? Feel free to go ahead and drop that into the chat as well. They finally understood why people didn't have kids when I had them. I love mine, but they are a commitment. Yep, they sure are. It has to be right for the person. Yeah. hmm Compassion on myself, rest, not proving myself, allowing what is meant for me and not to push. Yeah. Pay greater attention to the details of my health. Yeah, you and me both, Dawn. Not every invitation is the right thing for me. Oh, that's pure projector energy right there. For my friends who are familiar with human design, projectors are here to wait for the invitation, but every invitation doesn't mean that it's the invitation for you. Patience not getting through the tough, or patience to get through the tough emotions. Yeah, Mary. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I need to take care of myself, feeling better and not getting headaches. Yes, more hydration, better diet, less stress. Absolutely. Need mornings that are mine before the world asks anything of me. Oh, Elizabeth, yes. Need my work and my worth to finally feel and live in the same house. Yes, beautiful. Bridget says to trust my gut. Yes, it's that sacral, that pure sacral girl, and to ask for help instead of doing everything myself. Absolutely. Caitlin, let's see, to trust my gut more. Another, we've got, yep, another generator, another sacral generator here. More and listening to it when something feels not for me instead of trying to push through. Yeah. These are all beautiful realizations. I want you guys literally to celebrate this. Look at the growth that you guys have. Look at this awareness that you have. Now you know. Now you can take this information and bring it with you into a new year, into a one collective 1 year, which is about new beginnings. It's about leadership and leadership for yourself, not just leadership in your business or leadership for your clients or for your team, for your family, all of that, sure, but start with leadership for you. How are you leading yourself into this new year? These are seeds that we're going to plant. This is not harvest time. A 1 year is not harvesting. This is not getting the fruit off the tree. You have to plant the seed first and you have to nurture it. You have to water it. You have to give it sun. Okay. You have to pull the weeds out so that the roots have room to grow. Okay. That's what collectively this new year is about. And then you're going to combine that, okay, with where you are and your personal year. We'll talk about all this more here in a minute, but let's get into setting these intentions for 2026. So, step one is about feeling. So, what are 2 to 3 core feelings that you want 2026 to be anchored in? Okay. If you want to make this really powerful, go back and look at your personal year number, right? If you're that 3, creativity, right? There's a feeling. I want to feel creative. I want to feel playful. I want to feel fun. Okay. We had some 7s. Okay. I want to feel spiritual. I want to feel connected. I want to feel um, empowered in my own intuition. I want to feel intuitive. Okay. Um, if you're in a 9 year, I want to feel compassion, right? I want to feel free, freedom to see the bigger picture, right? I want to feel like I'm in flight, like I'm the eagle flying above all of the things and looking down and seeing the forest for what it is instead of being in the forest and just looking at a dang tree. Okay. So share in the chat, what do you want to feel? Let's see who wants to feel what this upcoming year. Personally, for me, I want to feel freedom. I want to feel leadership. I want to feel renewed. I want to feel connected. I want to feel satisfied. I know that's more than 2 or 3. I could literally go on and on and on. Let's see. I want to feel worthy and faithful and freedom. Beautiful. I want to feel visible. Yes. I don't feel aligned with my number 7. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay because now that you have this awareness, now you can start shifting towards, okay, well, why don't I feel in alignment with my personal number? What needs to be let go, right? To help me become in alignment. Right? I want to feel balanced, beautiful, grounded, confident, calm, confident in my decisions, taking positive action, paying attention to my gut, feeling well connected. I want to feel confident and empowered. I'm seeing so much. I want to feel confident and empowered. So I want to ask you guys real quick, now knowing your personal year number, having just this awareness, do you feel empowered going into 2023 that you have some clarity and some direction? Feel I want to feel creativity flowing in my artwork. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to keep moving forward here. Step number 2 is we're going to focus. So first we tapped into feeling, now we're going to step into focus. So now I want you to look at those feelings, okay? So what is one meaningful focus that you'd love to move towards in 2026? Is it intuitive? Is it abundance? Is it strength? Is it feeling brave? Is it being true? Is it feeling connected? Okay, so what's a focus that is meaningful to you? Whatever the first thing that comes to mind, I don't care if it makes sense or not. Write it down. Okay. This is not an end all be all. Like when we get off this workshop together, then you can just set this aside and it is what it is. These were my answers and I have to stick with this. No, this is just that first initial opening of the door. What came up first? Alignment, intuitive, brave. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. We still have a good little bit to get through, so I'm going to keep us moving along here. Okay. So, step number 3, this is where we become, this is the integration part. Okay. So, I want you to finish this sentence. In 2026, I'm becoming someone who. I'm becoming someone who finally believes in me. That's my sentence. I'm becoming someone who finally believes in me. I don't need that external validation anymore. I'm going to give it to myself. So, what immediately came up for me, Elise, in 2026, I'm becoming someone who is completely true to themselves. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful, Elise. Beautiful. Anybody else want to share? You can type the whole sentence or you can just type who you're becoming. I'll give you guys another minute and then drop it in the chat. Honors and believes in myself. Yeah, Dawn. Yes, I love that. Caitlin says, I am becoming someone who is confident in her decisions and trusts my own pace. Yes, yes, Caitlin. Oh, I feel this so deep for you. Yes. Mary, badass boss babe. Oh, yes. Look at you bringing that energy. Oh, girl, I love that. Yes. Put it out there. Put it out there into the ethers. I think I'm still having to work on mine. It isn't coming to me right away. Perfect. Mariah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. It'll come to you when it comes to you. It'll come to you when in the most perfect and divine way. Bridget, becoming someone who loves every part of her life. Yeah, and that's going to be so powerful for you in your business. Yeah. See, Elizabeth says, becoming someone who has let the fire refine her instead of reduce her. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, look at you bringing that. Uh-huh. Yeah. If that isn't empowering for you guys, I don't know what is. Damn, girl. That is good. Oh, thank you. Elena, same. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. If it's not coming to you, you're not broken. You're not broken. It's totally okay. It's exactly where you're meant to be right now. Okay? I want you to know that's exactly where you're meant to be. Okay. So now, moving forward, what the hell do we do with all of this? How do we really utilize this in our business? Okay. And as we know, there are two things that happen in a business. Okay. We are either working on our business. Okay. So these are the tasks that move the needle. So this is our marketing, this is our planning. Okay. And then we are working in our business. So this is our client work. Okay. Now, most of us get so caught up in working in our business that the working on our business has a tendency to get neglected. And no wonder. It can be really overwhelming to work on our business. We sit down and we have great intentions. I'm going to work on my business today. And then we look at our to-do list and we go, oh, we totally get paralyzed because there's so much to do. And it's just like, okay, what's something else that I can do? What's something that I can do to go help my client or to go fulfill a promise? Or I have fire after fire after fire after fire. So I can't work on my business because I have all these fires that I have to take care of, right? So it's not that you don't care about working on your business. I see you. It's that you literally have no clear container for it. So the urgent always wins. But numerology gives you that container. And when you align your months to the numbers, then each one literally comes with a built-in focus and an energetic assignment. Okay. Just like I was saying at the beginning of this, the way that I view numerology is a focus tool, right? It helps take away the busy work. It helps me say what is really important, what is going to make the most momentum, create the most momentum in my business right now. So it literally takes away the guessing work of what to pour your time and your energy into, which literally frees up space in your calendar, but also your nervous system so that you can actually live your life and not just run your business. Because as entrepreneurs, we're not here just to be an entrepreneur. We are so much more than that. But when we become entrepreneurs, it's like it totally takes over our lives, especially if you work from home, right? Oh, I can just sneak in, I can just answer this email. Like we have access on our phone to our email and to our clients' messages. So because we have easy access and because there's this expectation of immediate response from our clients, I love it when a client takes them days to get back to me, but if I don't respond to them in 10 minutes, they're like, "Where the fuck are you?" Right? And it's like, can we pause on that for a moment? Because I am more than an entrepreneur. You are more than an entrepreneur. You are here to live your life, and your life is not just about being an entrepreneur. So let's take a look at what this really looks like in business. Okay, so come January, okay, we are entering a 2 month. Okay, so I want you to think about this from the bigger picture. Right, let's tap into this nine energy that we're in. We're going to look at this as a bigger picture. Okay, so January 2026, we enter into a collective 1 year, just new beginnings, leadership, ambition. Okay. Take into consideration where you are in your personal year. Now we're going to wean it down into January. We're going to hone in on just January, and that's a 2 month. Okay. And two is the energy of collaboration, partnership, cooperation. Okay. It's about that inner listening and those subtle signals. Okay. It's about balance. It's about harmony. Okay. Nervous system regulation. Okay. Two literally is not leading by force, but by presence. It's helping us to slow down enough so that we can feel, notice, and respond with intention instead of reacting from urgency. This is all about getting us to slow down. This is why I love working with numerology because it gets you to slow down. When you slow down, you can respond to things instead of just reacting to them. So here is where you are going to want to start to screenshot because this is not in your workbook. However, I will say if you're in the Rising Entrepreneur membership, you don't necessarily need to screenshot because you're going to get all of this and in more depth come January's monthly numerology report. Okay, but I want to show you guys here today how you can work with this. So I want you to keep this two energy, okay, in mind. And I'm going to break this down of how this can look like in business, okay? And I really want you to focus in on your personal year number. So either have that workbook where you have your opportunity and your lesson pulled up, or if you screenshot it, have it on your screen. If you just have the PDF downloaded on your screen, I want you to pull that up and I want you to listen to me and I want you to think about where you are in your personal 1 year. Okay, so I'm going to give you three different ways that you can work with January's two energy inside your business. Okay, the first one is to nurture your key relationships. So January, we're going to allow our relationships to be our strategy. Okay, so we're going to focus in on deepening connection with the people who are already in your world. So, past clients, current clients, warm leads, aligned peers, partners that you have, collaborators that you have. Maybe you're working with a business coach. Okay, so we're going to lean in to our relationships. Now, I want you to take that in combination with your personal year. So, if you're a three, okay, if you're one of those threes that's about creativity and visibility, what relationships can you tap into that are going to help you become more visible? And how can you get creative with those relationships? Okay, do you guys see how this is starting to come together? Let me know if this is starting to make sense for you. Hang on, Don. We'll bring questions towards the end because I there's a few things I want to get through and we're starting to run out of time here. Okay, if you're a 7 year, we had some sevens in here. Okay, this is all about coming back to our intuitive wisdom, right? Coming back to ourselves and what relationships do we have that support us acting in this way? Who is out here trying to tell us what rules to live by and how we need to run our business? right? Is that really supporting you here in this 7 year of yours? Right? Is that relationship becoming toxic because they don't really support you and where you are right now? Okay. They want you to do what they think is best for you. They're not here to support you and what you know is best for you. Okay. So, number two is refining your client experience. So, again, you can do a screenshot here if you're not already inside REM, the Rising Entrepreneur membership. So, this is about using this energy to soften and strengthen the experience that people have once they say yes to working with you. So, I don't care if you're a service provider, if you offer a product, okay, if you have a brick and mortar, being an entrepreneur, you have a client experience. Okay. You are here to help somebody, even if it's just a transactional, hey, I'm selling you some soap. Okay. Or I'm giving you an experience by helping you buy or sell your home. I'm helping you inside of your business as a business coach. I am helping you by providing visuals for your marketing or content creation for your business to help you with visibility, right? You have a client experience. So you can literally look at your client experience alongside your personal 1 year and say, how can I bring these two things together to strengthen my client experience, to ensure that things are in alignment and I'm not doing anything that is working against me or creating resistance in my business or creating resistance for my clients. So again, with the three, the creativity, okay, how can you get really creative? How can you spice up your client experience? How can you bring a little bit more fun to your client experience? Okay, how can you share your client experience in a way that feels fun and playful for you? Okay, when you're talking about your client experience inside of your content, right? What does that really look like? How can you make sharing your client experience more fun for yourself? It's not just about doing it for other people. This is about you, bringing it back for you. Okay. And then the third way that we can bring this into our business is by strengthening our inner guidance system, right? So instead of crowdsourcing your decisions, commit to building trust with your own inner voice, or in human design, your authority. Your authority is your intuition. It is how you best make decisions. Okay. And if you're not familiar with that through human design, then we should have a chat because there's 7 different ways that intuition can show up. And I can't tell you how many people I have said, well, I think my intuition comes up um, through oh, what's the word? I'm totally blanking on the word right now. Through spleen instinct, right? Because it comes so quickly and it goes so quickly, and then they turn out that they're sacral, right? So it's that gut feeling. Okay. So when you know exactly how your intuition shows up in your body, you have that kind of awareness, it becomes a lot easier to become in tune to it. Okay. So use this month to experiment with intuitive decision making in your marketing, your offers, and your schedule. And if you don't feel comfortable doing something like that, start with the really small stuff that's not going to make a huge major impact. Wake up in the morning and say, do I want to have coffee or tea? Do I want to read a book or do I want to go for a run? Do I want to listen to music or do I want to listen to a podcast? Right? Do I want to get dressed up or do I want to stay in my PJs? Right? This is all options for you to tap into your intuition, okay, without it completely destructing your day. So the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to do all three. You can do two. You can do just one. You can have just one focus for working on your business. This is going to create momentum, which is going to move the needle. Because at the end of the day, when you combine numerology and business, it's like having a reliable business partner, right? So literally, instead of walking into work and seeing your massive to-do list, immediately feeling an energy drop and thinking to yourself, what should I be working on right now? Or your mind just goes completely blank and you just get into this like frozen state of like, or you start to feel overwhelmed, or you start to go into this downward spiral of, I can't do all of this. Maybe I'm not cut out for this, right? When we use numerology as a business partner, the numerology literally stops being a fun thing that you play with and literally becomes this quiet, reliable business partner that helps to keep you clear, resourced, grounded, okay, while you serve your clients and live your life. Okay. And if you are wanting this kind of support woven into your business all year long, this is exactly what we do inside the Rising Entrepreneur membership. I literally break down what month we are coming into. Okay, I'm going to give you an overview of what the energy is. So for January, it's a 2. So we're going to break that down. What does this mean? I'm going to show you how it shows up in your business. So you know what to look out for. You know how to integrate it. You know where you can put your time, your energy, and your resources into this month that help you create consistent momentum in your business. One of my favorite parts about this is that I also give you the red flags because we are all human here having a human experience, and even the most energetically attuned humans fall out of alignment, right? And the name of the game is to have awareness of what that misalignment looks like, feels like, sounds like, so that you can catch yourself. And then you can start doing things like some grounded practices to bring you back into alignment, get you back on track, right? This is not about me completely holding your hand, telling you what to do, how to do it. This is self leadership inside of your business. This is independence inside of your business. This is building trust that you can make the right decisions and having compassion for yourself when you do fall out of alignment, that you can catch yourself, that you're not totally relying upon other people constantly saving you or helping you figure out all the answers, that at the end of the day, you can do this because you can. And what the entrepreneur or what the Rising Entrepreneurship membership does is it shows you how to do this. These grounded practices that I provide, it's not heavy stuff. It's stuff you can literally do in just a couple of minutes. You don't even have to be at home. You could literally be out and about. You could be in your freaking car going from one client appointment to the next and do these grounded practices. That way, you're not carrying whatever energy that you were in that maybe was draining or feeling resistance, or you feel like this chest, this pressure just coming in on you. And you're like, I got to release this so that you're not taking that into whatever you're going into next, whether that's a new client consult, you're writing an email, you're going to create content, you're going to go pick up your kids, right? This is about leaving the shit where it dropped and walking into some fresh grass, right? So, on top of the monthly focus that you receive inside REM, we do live master classes that are going to dive deeper into your personal numerology code. So, if you liked seeing where you are in your personal year, there's more to your personal numerology code that can help you uncover more about yourself and the energy that is already living inside of you, and how you can harness that and bring that to light, which is exactly what you came here to do. We also are going to be diving into human design a little bit deeper. This is the science of differentiation. Okay, you want to talk about standing out and your positioning and your uniqueness and how you came here to serve others, to shine your light. This is what human design shows you, literally how you stand apart from the rest so that your most ideal clients can find you because they're out there and they're looking for you. And if you're not stepping into this energy, then they can't find you, right? So instead of looking for all this external stuff that the entrepreneurship world puts out there, these frameworks of do this step by step, all of the things, right? And do this exactly like this, and then you'll see success. What numerology and human design do is it shows you how to find that blueprint within yourself. What is your unique framework and how can you use it inside of your business? Now, this might be a completely new concept for you, and that's okay. Is this for you? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. There's no right or wrong answer here. But if you are feeling intrigued and pulled and curious about this, then you have an invitation right here, right now, to join REM at the lowest rate that it's going to be. I have been working on this membership for over a year now, putting it all together, refining it, working with the members that are already in here to give it the best support system for you and where you are in your journey. And there's been, you can ask the founding members, there's been lots of shifts that have happened inside this membership. And we have finally created the strong foundation of what is going to work best for each unique individual person without overwhelming you with a bunch of information, right? So now is your opportunity to join in for $40 a month, or you can save a bit by joining annually. And this is a month by month membership. So you can come in, test it out, and if you feel like it's not right for you, you can leave. There's no contract. This is a come in when it feels right for you and leave when it feels right for you. Okay? Because on January 1st, I'm bumping this up, right? I'm bumping this up to $77 a month. So this is a pretty big jump. So this is literally your last opportunity to join in for the $40 per month. And if you check your email, you should have an email from me that has a link where you can join. Okay, I'm also going to, let me see, copy link. I'm also going to drop it here in the chat. Okay, this takes you over to the platform where you can sign up for this $40 a month or $400 per year. Okay, also inside this membership, you're going to find a bunch of resources. So you're going to find guided meditations that are in there for you. You're also going to find Q&A support. So this is whenever you have questions that come up, you can literally drop them in. I'm in there all the time. I'm here to answer your questions. So you have my one-on-one support through this membership as well. Just so you know, to give you an idea of what to expect. At the beginning of the month, you are going to receive a monthly numerology report. This is about 25, 30 minutes, okay? It has a workbook that comes with it. So you can either just download the workbook and get all the information directly there. Okay, if you don't have the 25, 30 minutes that you want to dedicate to listening to the actual report, there is a video of it. So if you're a visual person, then you can watch everything be explained to you. You can literally listen to this like a podcast if you want and just gather all the information that way. So there's multiple ways for you to be able to receive this information. So a monthly numerology report gets dropped at the first day of the month every single month, letting you know what this new month is going to hold for you. I also send out weekly emails as well, excuse me, that give you a reminder. It's like a little touch base of something that you can tap into on a very, very light note on a week by week basis that helps you to still honor the energy of that month. So even if you don't want to dive into the business practices that I'm giving you to integrate the energy into the month, then you can just listen in to these emails that give you a gentle reminder of what you can tap into that week to be supported within the numerology month. And when you combine all of this with your personal year number, this is where alignment can happen for you inside of your business.
So, if you are looking to do business differently this year, then I highly encourage you to consider and join the Rising Entrepreneur membership. This membership and community is all about energy led strategy inside of your business so that you're leading from the inside instead of continuously looking externally for how to run your business and how to make the best decisions for you. If you are watching this in 2025, then you still have the opportunity to join at just $40 per month or $400 per year. If you are watching this after 2025, then the price point has jumped up to that $77 per month. If we have been adding value to this membership membership by diving deeper into your personal numerology code and starting to bring in elements of human design. If you have questions or are unsure if this is the right membership for you, then please reach out to hello@ksromano.com. I would love to jump on a call with you to talk it out, see where it is that you're getting stuck and are looking for more momentum, uncover what is draining you inside of your business, and how we can work together to push through and have you build some serious momentum and clarity inside of your business with this beautiful tool to help you bring focus. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you inside the Rising Entrepreneur membership.